Hey, April, May. So, no hard feelings about that whole thing that happened in court, right? I'll take that as a no. Definite no. To be fair, the situation really hasn't changed other than the fact that now you're just giving us a constant death glare. I think that's an outright lie, Phoenix. That guy doesn't seem like he's fazed by anything. Look at him, just standing there stoically, not moving a muscle. Well, since I don't exactly want to talk to her, let's check out that guard. Hey pal, how's it going? Nah, he's definitely a pro. 100% pro. Alright, well, there's not really too much to actually look at in here, so I guess we have to talk to her now. I'm getting a real sense of deja vu here. I'm sure we can find something like that wiretap. I'm sure you'll talk about this, right? It is fairly illegal, and I didn't even have to check. No, common sense dictates that. Oh yeah, let's talk about her attitude. You know, we didn't get anywhere with anything else, so let's go with this route. You really should have seen that one coming, Phoenix. Maybe both, but especially you. Well, we're not getting anywhere here, so, to the Gatewater Hotel, I suppose. I'm just hanging out in this room. Look at that bellboy. He is hip and with the times. See, personally, you know, he seemed fairly old and, I mean, handsome nonetheless, but, you know, I didn't think he was a hip, cool youngster like me, for instance. But now I know. The bellboy who doesn't actually have a name. He is the most famous bellboy of all, as his name is literally Bellboy. Anytime you talk about a bellboy, you have to talk about him, just by the word. Well, I wonder if we'll get anywhere with this guy. Doesn't really seem like we'll be able to talk to him. Different reasons than April May, but nonetheless. Though I also mean that literally, because I also know who was the murderer all along. Right. Still not going anywhere, are we? Oh, let me just get that out of my pocket. Why would I have that? Alright, anything about the hotel? I mean, if we didn't get any information from the last subject, I don't think we're getting anywhere here. I doubt that's an excellent idea, but go along anyway. Electric boogaloo? Wow, I thought my suggestion was terrible, but wow, that was don't even don't. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a picture of this man. So, I guess we don't really have anywhere else to go but Grossberg Law Offices. Yeah, it's like he wouldn't help us at all yesterday or something. Is it just me, or is there something fairly large missing from this scene? And when I say something fairly large, I mean a scene, as in a painting, as in that painting. That was pretty memorable. Uh, Fisherman, I guess. Well, not memorable for the subject. For the size, though, yeah, no forgetting that. They didn't actually name it. Ah well. Suppose we should take a look at these. Have you? 'Cause I haven't. It doesn't really seem like it's too important. But I didn't say yes to that. Oh well, I suppose we'll look at the picture at least. Probably doesn't give us too much information. Yep, just the stuff we already know. But what about the other picture? Maybe that'll help. Well, I think that would definitely help. I mean, Phoenix doesn't know, but I'm pretty sure we all recognize that guy, right? He's pretty distinct. Well, now that we have that, why don't we take this back to the bellboy? Again, there's not really much else we can do, so gotta go with this option since it's pretty much the only one. Not even pretty much, it's the only one. I'm surprised you don't sound more excited about that. Yeah, sure, right. You can talk to Gumshoe if you want to work on that one. Well, I'm sure the bellboy's signature would be required. I mean, why wouldn't we want it? Plus, he might die if he doesn't write one, so I guess we probably should, otherwise something horrible might happen to him or to us. I don't know. Let's just let him work out his own problems, and yeah, obviously Miss May can't possibly deny the writing of the bellboy. Nobody could, but especially Miss May. Alright, and back to the detention center. Just been going around in circles all afternoon. I'm so glad to see I'm wanted here. Kinda, yeah. You can't do that, Phoenix. Every anime character is recognizable by their hair. You lose so much of your identity like that. Alright, here. Can you deny the bellboy's writing? I don't think you can you? Well, we kinda have to push on this one, cause she doesn't really talk otherwise. Oh, she's definitely smarter than she lets on, it's just the letting on that's a problem. This is my favorite line. Oh, Phoenix. Get it? Get the naming scheme? Red, white, and blue corp. It's like red, white, and blue. Get it? You get it? Well, that's definitely a bit off-putting. I mean, April, May's a fairly intimidating character herself, so if there's someone who can scare her... He certainly doesn't look the type, though, so maybe he's not actually too bad and May's just trying to throw us off or something. Well, anyway, gonna have to give a death glare to the guard, cause we probably don't have to come back here ever again. Bye! Do I even want to know? No, it's just I'm being blinded by diamonds. Understatement of the year. Excuse me, I've had one case. Off the scale and into space. Well, yet again, I feel like we're not going to go anywhere by talking to this man, but hasn't stopped us before. But not through wiretapping, usually just through other illegal means. I mean non-illegal means. I mean go away now. That's not really mundane. Got rid of his writing, but I'm sure you believe my word about his word. Yeah, we probably should do that. Oh yeah? Well, pretty please? What about your company, which I'm sure is doing completely moral and legal things? Here at Blue Corp, we do various vague things. Something, something, something information, yada yada yada. You don't need to know the whole thing. Alright, well, I don't really feel like talking to this guy, so let's look at this horrible decor. You can tell? Looks kind of... Excuse me, I'm looking at the scenery here. Alright, what about these trophies? He's an accomplished man, I guess? And he doesn't seem like the type to have ever been a judge, so why does he have any of this? Alright, now what about this painting that looks, fairly familiar? Is that so? Well, let's ask him about it, since I'm pretty sure you remember that painting, right? to say, I do like Red White as a character because, he's very over the top, you know, he overcompensates in both his vocabulary and his dress style, but the thing is, he is legitimately threatening. Goes away, and without changing his expression at all, he just becomes the most intimidating motherfucker on the planet. Seriously, he is good at that. Well, maybe he is. Ever think of that, Phoenix? Well, I guess he's the closest thing to being able to go anywhere with any of these people, so let's try talking to him. Fairly obvious by this point why he refused. This is probably the only way to really get any information out of him. Everything else he's denied before, and, well, probably wouldn't help us anyway. I'm so tempted to go for the third option, but we'll go with the proper answer. It's about as gaudy as the man in question. Or him the man, not you the man. You dress okay. And he's very good at it. They know scan, Mr. Wright. They can find if you're weak to fire or ice or lightning. It's all terrible. Unlike us, Phoenix, of course, is a pure soul who would never do something terrible. I mean, like, terrible as in morally bad. I mean, he screws up, but other than that... I just have such a hard time thinking that Judge or that security guard in the detention center could possibly have done anything terrible, like, at any point. Want her to fly, those guys. Security guard is a pro, and, you know, unlike other judges, our judge isn't, you know, he doesn't do anything bad, he's not aggressively Canadian, he hasn't done anything impure, I'm sure he's fine. As he says, it's finally time to go back to the office. Yeah, it's like this is the default room or something. Police are good at cleaning. It looks exactly like it always does. Alright, well, not much to do other than to look at the bookshelves. Time for some research. Well, obvious answer should be we should go for the W section. But unfortunately, yeah, it's more than likely that White took it while he was probably here, so we're not really going to get anywhere there. Had enough time to kill Mia and steal all that stuff, so maybe we'll get lucky and find something in some of the other sections. So it seems that Mia knew all along that Grossberg was responsible for this. And she did know him fairly well for some time. We will get into that much later. But that's not really going to help us with this case. Well, I guess there's only one more section to check. Come on, Phoenix, you gotta skim it, otherwise we're not gonna get anywhere. Ugh, gross. suicide cases. I didn't expect to find this here. Thank goodness. Well, thanks to Mia's research, we might have lost information on White, but we still have a connection. Unfortunately, you want to know what we do next? We go back to Blue Corp. So, you know where this is headed? 'Cause, I'm kinda hoping you don't, because most people wouldn't do this, I think. A nasty accident? Like suicide? Let me just take this very important information that could get you jailed and shove it in your face. Yeah, this is the only clue that Mia left us, so let's just give it to the guy who is pretty obviously the murderer. Phoenix, you could just leave. You've got the information, don't show it to the guy who could use it against you. Just back out. Back out before you make things worse for yourself, Phoenix. Come on. Your lovers, I mean, you blackmailed him. Look, I'll go back and take the entire suicide file if you want. I'll go back and do that, take it all to you. In fact, coincidentally, I'll also bring some matches and a paper shredder, possibly a bat. You know, I'll take it all, just to prove a point. No, I won't. I have more things to show you. More incriminating evidence. Blame you for murder in your own office when you have security guards coming for me. This sounds like a brilliant idea. So, time for a game of good news, bad news, and good old Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So the good news is, he's going to testify. By his own will, too. We don't have to force him or anything. So that does mean we could nail him. And the bad news is... we're getting blamed for murder. Wait, I'm Killer Man? Damn, I should have seen this coming. Yeah, Phoenix, you've had better ideas before. Too soon, man. Oh yeah? I'll make myself look competent, thank you very much. Wait. Gumshoe, buddy, pal, you wouldn't arrest me, right? We've had such good times when I got your pay docked like twice, but we've shared laughs, right? Right? You wouldn't arrest me. Right? Right. Dear. Well, Edgeworth especially, really. He's the only one in prosecution who's there. Even though you're still on the inside, but we're not actually going to make any sort of front of the room graphic. I mean, that scene would only be used once, and it would take a while to do, you know, it's too tough. Well, the only actual answer here, of course, is to help me break out. Yeah, jailbreak. Gonna plan one and we're gonna get out. You and me. Yeah, no matter what answer you choose, Maya does take it seriously even though it is a joke. So no, if you answer the first one, you can't actually play as Maya defending Phoenix in courts. I'll show them a thing or two by existing. So, for some reason we get this exposition now. Basically, Phoenix is just going over the fact that trials can only proceed for 3 days, and if they go on any longer, well, they don't. Which is weird because we're not going on for 3 days here, and technically speaking, I guess we've reset, so we're kind of on day 1, but even if it hasn't, we are on day 2. But the thing is, that doesn't really matter here, because if we can't prove our innocence here, we're not really going to get a second chance.